Okay, finally out here planting beans again, and by that I mean finally. Yesterday we were trying to plant beans, and anybody's been following my videos every day, I was bitching about the Yetter residue managers having some plugging issues. I came up with the theory that a 25 wave coulter, which is what's on this planter, is moving too much dirt. What's going on is they're moving enough dirt, cutting wide enough, and you got enough ripples to the blade, the dirt sticks to it. Switched over to a 13 wave on a select few units, and they work great. So actually, I just sent Dad to town to get all 23 13 wave blades. We're gonna run 13 wave. We were talked into the 25s by the John Deere dealer. Now on this side, I got the 13s, and on this side, I still got the 25s. And I'm just kind of running the experiment to make dang sure. But I got about 30% plug-in going on here and 0 over here. The reason is, like I say, just the wider ripples knock the dirt out of there. They knock the material out of there. Giant pain in the ass. But I'm hoping that takes care of the problem once and for all. Now, yesterday I was out and I was having a lot of problems with these things. I went and dissed some stocks, put that video up, and then I went and I got a little comment there on my rants about Case IH equipment and stuff. But anyway, I'll address that later. But I went out and I went to plant. What happened was this thing just went haywire, went into reboot mode over and over and over. Just reboot. What in the hell is going on here? You know, why are we not working? What's going on? So finally, with John Deere salesman on the phone, he says, you got something pinched on your toolbar and you went home to change out them coulter blades. Crap. So we called John Deere out this morning, hooked your laptop and everything up to it. Finally, I helped a guy and I said, we need to trace out these wiring harnesses. We traced them all, realized it was the tractor. So I went and I had changed out the coulters, and Dad had stayed planting in the same field, and we were using in-field data sharing, which means we can use each other's maps. It shares, so you can use each other's clutches and everything. And somehow, John Deere has a problem. Dad had done a lot more planning in the time I went back to the shop for a while. And John Deere, basically when I came back, all his information was trying to load up in there, overloaded this computer, crashed. And it was trying to sort it out, crashed. Trying to sort it out, crashed. So the John Deere guy finally gets the right Indian tech support services to help him, and they said, okay, here's a reference code to a problem solving. So he goes on the internet. I was sitting right there with him. We pull up this John Deere DTAC, whatever the hell it is, ISO problem solving website that they have. Here's a picture of exactly what's going on. And it tells you how to get rid of it and how to reboot your computer properly. Incidentally, it also says ISO, which means John Deere computer monkeys, are currently working on this problem. In a nutshell, that means we sold you a product that does not work, meaning we told you that we're going to have in-field data sharing, how great it was going to be, and we took your money for it. But by the way, we're having a huge amount of problems, and we don't know what the hell the problem is, so please take everything off of here, send it in. We're working through multiple monitors. We're trying to go through our code readers and figure out where we went wrong. So we're not going to reimburse you and your downtime, and you can go fuck yourselves, but you know, we're going to get it. We're going to get it taken care of eventually here. Well, that's kind of going to lead me to today's rant about corporations and how they treat people. I was thinking about this, and you know, I was thinking about how, just an example, go out and buy a bulldozer. You go out and buy a brand new bulldozer, and in the state of Iowa, you've got 365 days a year, just like any other place in the world. But you probably only in the state of Iowa are going to have about 180 working days a year that are really good working days. You know, that's where the machine's not being transported, that's where that machine's going to be out producing income. Well, 180 working days, and all these companies will give you is a 5-year note to buy that machine. So 180 working days, that machine has to work at full performance levels every single one of those days ever to make that machine pay. That's just to make the machine pay, the 60 to 70,000 a year payment. That's not to actually make an income with it. So where the hell do you go to make your personal income? So it kind of makes me think, well, you either have to be able to buy that dozer cash, have a huge down payment, or you have to go out and buy something old, used, and cheap with no warranty and hope to hell you can keep it together and make that payment. But a lot of times when you get those kind of older machines, a bank won't go along with you very well. They're going to say, oh, you're going to get a 3-year loan because it's an old piece of crap. We're not going to give you a 5 to 7-year loan because, we don't think the machine's going to last that long. So basically it comes to my conclusion that a lot of these laws are set up by money, a lot of these terms, a lot of these corporations, it's a revolving door with the government. You got every freaking thing in this country is set up to protect corporations, to protect big business. A small business such as myself or a small farm is just about next to screwed. So, we try to do what we can out here, and we try to make the best. We work on a lot of our own equipment. We do have some pretty nice equipment. It's took a lot of years to get where we're at right now, but basically lifetimes. And I don't know that it should be this hard to ever get going in life. I mean, it's an eternal struggle of some days, it feels like. And again, it's basically geared off the fact that laws and tax laws and payments to banks, I mean, they won't loan on money. It's pathetic. Everything's just geared in this country to protect the big and the wealthy, and the little guy just continues to get screwed. Incidentally, we're the middle class or farmers. We're paying the majority of the tax. We had a local school district right here in our county, or county north of us, opted $19 million to build a new school. The whole county's only got about 10,500 people. Well, hell, you're talking well over 10 grand a person. And a lot of these people that live there are freeloaders, and a lot of them don't. I mean, they don't pay it. So who's going to pay the majority of property tax? Where's else going to get kicked on? It's going to get kicked on the farmers. I've heard rumors out in Nebraska of them paying $85, $90 an acre for property tax, which is ridiculous. I mean, a 1,000-acre farm paying almost $100,000 a year to keep his land. Who the hell's land is this? Because if you don't pay that tax, it sure isn't going to be yours anymore. So it's just more problems of America. Overspending, poor spending, laws are in favor of wealthy. I mean, there's a joke I saw. Dad showed me is the president standing at his pulpit and it says America Inc. underneath of it. It's not. It's no law. I don't know. This country's just run by the damn corporation. Out in Vegas, if you went to a casino, at least maybe a mobster might buy you a drink to spend some money with him. But hell, these corporations, they've killed the mobster, I think. It's that bad. It's the definition of a corporate run society. And hey, as long as those CEOs are still getting 800 times the pay rate that the normal workers are getting, it ain't gonna change. You got enough of them that are lobbying. You got enough people in government that are also, lawyers or crooks. Scott Pruitt, he was supposed to push this E15 thing through here recently. This guy's taken multiple trips. Finally, I think Chuck Grassley's investigating him, is what I've been hearing. I'd like to read a little more about this, but it's some bitch of crook. I mean, Trump pushed through E15. It would help the farmers. Not tremendously. It's not going to change anything overnight, but it would help. And the bastard, he's after living the high life on everybody else's dime. He's just another crooked motherfucker in Washington. He needs to go. Trump needs to get wise on fire the head. I am a Trump supporter, not as sure as hell glad that Hillary Clinton didn't get in there, but at the same time, I don't think that Trump's overly in favor of small farms or anything. It seems like he's going to leave corporations pretty well to do. Obviously, leave his own businesses very well set up for the future. So, yes, I'm steering. I'm trying to get my rows straightened around. I got a little terrace that goes around here. This was a farm we bought. It's a pretty damn big farm. It goes around here. There's like a couple hundred acres here. and it's need to take all these out of here and put proper terrace and tile on. We got these waterways that get down the hill are just a giant pain in the ass. It's just really good farm lays well, but you know, without terrace and tile, it's just impossible. Picking up every 40 feet seems like. It's not quite that bad, but it seems like I'm picking up a lot to get around these waterways. But, well, hopefully John Deere gets their data sharing issues worked out here soon. I think we're getting the bugs worked out of this planter. Like I say, going these 13-wave coolers is seeming to take care of a lot of problems. I've also learned how to set some of these residue managers. You can kind of see them bouncing there. That's I got them set where they just kind of boggle a little bit. They're not really making ground contact because it's in corn stalks or going to soybeans. I don't want to run them. I really don't have any need for them. I actually just want the colder tillage only. But I also don't want them plugging, so I kind of got it where I can just make them a little walk up and down a little bit just to basically get rid of the dirt that built up there in the frames. And over here again is my 13 waves, and they are working flawlessly. It's clean. They cut nicer than the 25s. Those are a model 2940 residue manager, and they're the fancy schmancy Cadillacs. I mean, they pipe through here. You can control them. The idea was to go for corn and beans was hit a button, be able to control them on the go. Well, typical bullshit. By the time you spend money to buy something good, by the time it doesn't work. But hopefully just changing out the coolers has made it work. And again, there's no wood in here, but I was going to knock on wood, hoping that actually proves true. Now, where I was going to get to where I said earlier in this video about a comment. I talked a little bit about I didn't really care for international equipment. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good brands of equipment that were made back in the old days. There was a lot of quality equipment made. White tractors were good. Oliver, I think, was leading the industry in a few things. They were ahead of their time on certain things. I've heard that they had a CVT tractor like clear back in the late 60s. I mean, that was just an idea for most companies at that. I don't even think the most, it was, hell, it took 50 more years to get a CVT drive out there. I think a guy said J.I. Case. I was in the tractor, didn't really read it that well, but J.I. Case, they were a fairly strong tractor. But I don't think I'd really have much use for one now. Maybe it's like a haying tractor, but you're gonna have limited parts availability. I think you're gonna be doing a lot of used parts. I know they had an engine in there. It wasn't a real high-speed engine. They were fairly long life, but the biggest thing of those tractors, they kind of piss poor transmission in them. And if you look at the ratios, you just go to tractor data, look at the ratios. When you field gear, you want your field gears, and you say to yourself, wow, we need 4.6 mile an hour, 4.9, 5.2, 5.3, 5.7, and what does some of these other companies do? They put like 4, 6, 7 mile an hour, and they got 25 years, but none of them are usable. John Deere has a very nice overlay of ratios. The way that they got their gears to sync up really was a nice mashup and gave you a lot of gears. Now all these new ones, like this is an E23 transmission, beautiful by the way, love it, a lot better than IVT. Doesn't have that slush that an IVT has. It's like a power shift, but you can also set it like an IVT. But anyway, if you look back though in the old days, there were just a lot of crappy transmissions out there. An International Harvester, not on 1586s were crap. They had like 3 gears and the others had 4. But if you look at the 4-speeds like a 1486, they weren't too bad. John Deere was real good. But some of those Massey Fergusons and stuff were just terrible. I mean, I don't know how you could possibly, their engineering department could say, wow, they had adequate field gears. Well, I guess you could throttle back, but some of these old tractors are not like these new ones. Or what if you had something that required PTO speed and just didn't have, pulling the sprayer? About as bad as a John Deere 8-speed power shift. They just were inadequate, very inadequate ratios. So I don't have anything against other brands of equipment. I am not super brand. Well, I guess I'm brand preference towards John Deere. I don't. If somebody gave me all Case IH equipment, is all paid for, yeah, I'd run it. Do I want Case IH equipment? I mean, am I going to prefer it? No, I guess I'm brand preference. I grew up with John Deere. I like the durability of John Deere. I like the dealership of John Deere. If I have to buy something, I'm going to buy John Deere. But, you know, are there other brands of equipment that are good? Yes. There's the argument I made the other day that the AMS equipment, or your basically your shit like this thing, I think's better on John Deere. I think they got it better. Now, if you want to put an Ag Leader in an International, you'd be fine. An old International harvester tractor, hands down, piece of crap. They just like I said in that video, they just got notoriously so many problems, mechanical problems. Even the old Olivers were mechanically in some ways not as good as John Deere. John Deere, they've always made a quality tractor. I can't say their combines are the most wonderful. Maybe their new ones are, but their tractors have always been really good, especially the 8000 series. You take a 8940 Magnum and compare it with a John Deere 8400 or 8300. I just don't think unless you're really extremely biased, could possibly say as an engineering standpoint that tractor is as well built. It's simply not as well built. So, not wanting to start an argument over any brands or colors or anything. Everybody has their likes, and you know, I like farming in general, and I would be happy to run any other equipment. I love equipment, but what I know how to turn wrench on, what I like as far as dealer support, what I personally like as far as the way the tractor's functionality is, and as far as I think ergonomics are, I stay primarily with John Deere, except the four-wheel drive tractors. Four-wheel drive tractors on John Deere are not as good as a Case IH. I've rambled on enough here. I'll do another video again tomorrow. I'm going to try to start doing these more daily, at least while I'm working. That was my New Year's resolution, was to get more of these videos out. Again, just to keep commenting on, keep responding, and probably get more and more into more rants all the time. So I'll be planting on into the night here. Hopefully these 13-wave colders are ending all my clogging problems, and I'm hoping this infield data sharing foolery here can freaking get itself sorted out, because lose half a day to nothing, really pissing it off because their damn computer text didn't write the code right. But we sure as hell charged you $6,000 for it. Bullshit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment, and I think thumbs up actually get better rapport with YouTube on these videos. So thumbs up would be appreciated. And again, look forward to talking to you guys again soon. So take care.